Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 BMW XM and its 20-speaker Bowers Wilkins audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations, then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't want to hear any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. We are actually in a parking structure here, so we're not going to talk too loudly, but we are getting a little bit of juice because this is a plug-in hybrid vehicle, an entirely new model from BMW and the M team, an entirely built from the ground up powertrain and body new for BMW. This thing is pretty darn premium. It's right at the top of what you're going to be paying for anything like this from BMW. But if you do want to see more, check the links in the description. We've got a first drive review, some great driving content from out here in Arizona. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. I should also mention that we recorded some members-only songs and video on this car earlier today, sampling out the sound system. So if you do want to see that, check the link in the description, help support the channel. We also do these tests with the sound settings set to their factory default. So let's take a look at those now. Two ways of controlling the iDrive 8 infotainment system. Either touch it or use this rotary knob here. While we're static, we'll probably just touch. Go here to sound. Starting off at the top, you've got sound profiles: studio, concert, onstage, and rear. Those are going to take advantage of the 3D and surround elements of the system in various ways. Now, studio is actually going to give you the most true to recording sound. Concert is what they default the system to, which is strange because I actually think that sounds the least good out of studio, concert, and on stage. I prefer using on stage if I'm preferring more of a 3D experience, and then rear is just going to focus the music on the rear seats. But let's go through the first three. Well, I guess we'll just go through all of them. We'll do most of this test in studio, but I'll try to remember to go back to on stage a little bit throughout the drive as well. Below that, you have adjustments for immersive sound. This is going to adjust the intensity of the 3D effect. Oh, I guess I'm not in a 3D mode, am I not? Oh. I went back to studio, that's right. All right, let's let the next song start up a little bit, and then we'll do that. Below that, you have experience the sound, and I think this is really cool that BMW has been doing this to sort of flex and demonstrate the abilities of their audio system. Certainly a cool way to experience the power of this system as well as the 5.1 surround elements. Below all that, you've got adjustments for treble and bass. We'll go through those in a moment. Balance and fader, front, rear, left, right as well. And then if you need more adjustment, BMW gives you a 9-band equalizer. I definitely like being able to tweak my settings that specifically, especially in a car that costs as much as this does. Now that the music's picking up, we'll go through, do the immersive sound settings and treble and bass. that is it for sound adjustments. Man, the volume knob is really laggy. I don't know if it's just because we have the car in diagnostics mode right now. For audio controls in the XM, you have a volume knob right here. I don't know if it quite befits a $160,000 car, but at least we have a knob, and it does work pretty well. You also have volume adjustment clickers on the right side of the wheel. For track selection, you have physical controls next to the volume knob. You can use the touchscreen if you're in the proper menu, or the rotary knob. And you've got two ways of adjusting tracks on the right side of the wheel. Below the volume adjustments, a roller knob, which brings up your track list on the head-up display, or back and forth using right and left. For audio inputs in the XM, let's go here and audio source. You have your standard FM and Sirius XM satellite radio, no AM. A lot of electric vehicles don't have AM radio due to the interference. You have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support, Bluetooth, built-in Spotify, and I bet you they could add other built-in streaming services as well. And that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, like I said, no AM radio, no wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, no USB Type-C, I guess I forgot to mention USB Type-A there, and no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. So if you do want to get uncompressed high-fidelity audio into your XM, just know that you will be a little bit restricted in your ways of doing that. Oh, it looks like the Bolt owner is here. We're going to sit here quietly while they depart, because I'm just about to get out and do speaker locations. All right, speaker locations. Like I said, this is a 20 speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door mid-range, and it's actually lit up in there. Hopefully you can see that. And a door tweeter that's lit up as well. 2, 3, 4 mid-range and tweeter up front. 5, 6 over there. 7, 8 subwoofers under the driver and passenger seat. And into the second row, you've got 9, 10 mid-range tweeter. 11, 12 over there. 13, 14, 15, 16 in the D-pillar. Oh, and then 17, 18, 19, 20 up in the roof for your 3D surround speakers. All right, I'm going to get this thing unplugged, get our stuff put away, and we're going to get out on the road. so satisfied with the balancing and the tuning in this system. I wouldn't change anything. Well, I take it back. The only thing I would change is I would take just 1 or 2 little notches out of the lower mids, upper lows, kind of down there. There's a little bit too much strongness coming through in the upper bass hits, a little bit out of balance, but all things considered, I have so much enjoyed cranking up all of my favorite tunes in the system. No big surprise that a Bowers and Wilkins is sounding great. Actually, before we get to this next track, typically we do the bass track here, I want to play you all the 5.1 surround demo real fast to show you how all the different surround sounds work here. What a proper 5.1 sounds like.
Welcome to the Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test. Left. Center. Right. Left surround. Right surround. The Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test is now complete. Hej då!
So using that track, I can test if a system does have proper 5.1 support, and as you can tell, this one does. This next song, we'll turn the bass all the way up, see how it sounds. Downside of underseat subwoofers, they do sound really good for softer bass hits, but when you try to really get a lot of bass out of the system, they just don't have the size to really rumble a car. my thoughts on the 20-speaker Bowers & Wilkins system here in the BMW XM. This is what Bowers & Wilkins is great at doing, tossing in S-tier sound systems into large vehicles like this. No big surprise that this is sneaking in with an S rating, although not quite as high as we experienced in the Volvo systems. The Volvo system's still a little bit higher. I wouldn't put this in the very tippy top echelon, S+. This is a little bit more of an S-. Sounds very, very similar to what you get in the BMW X7 SUV, so not a big surprise there, but really happy with it. And because we have that 9-band equalizer, you can make tweaks to get it exactly how you want it to sound. And between that, iDrive 8, easy way to control things, how cool everything looks, this is definitely a top tier system for me. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the all-new BMW XM, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.